It's Joy Packard. How are you guys doing? It's been some time. I've been so busy. It is wedding time. My son is getting married on Saturday, and I just can't believe it. We have everything in place, I think, but it's just those last minute things like, shoes for the dress and, things like that. And so we're getting ready for that. And we're super excited to have another beautiful addition to our family. He's marrying such an amazing, beautiful girl who is married to an amazing family. So I'm here at the bus stop. Yes, I still pick up my kids at the bus stop. I have my youngest son, and it's cold today, and he didn't bring his coat. So I'm like, I'm going to pick you up where the bus drops you off. And, he's going to be driving soon, and he's the youngest of 8 kids, so I'm not going to be doing this soon. So I'm going to take advantage of every moment that I can pick up my baby. Anyway, how are you guys doing? I just wanted to share an experience with you before, my son gets here while I'm sitting here waiting. I'm not sure how many of you guys, have moments where you are trying to get something done, and you keep on trying and trying and trying, and it's just taking forever for something to happen, and you almost want to give up, because you're just like, I've tried everything, it's not working, and I had an experience like that yesterday actually. I was trying to get a number forwarded for in the software for one of my business things that I'm doing. And it's basically, having to go through all of the different steps to get there. There's so many steps, like, put this in this blank and put this in that blank and enter this or whatever. And, it was just several different steps to where I kept trying and trying and trying, literally, for 30 minutes or so. And I just, I said to myself, something's got to be wrong. I'm just going to go back and look at every single step and, see what the problem is, because surely, I can get this to work. And so anyway, I did that, and I finally made it to where it got to a certain point where it was working a specific way, but not all the way that it needed to. And so I kept trying and trying and trying. I was getting kind of frustrated. I was just like, man, I just don't know why. And so I went back through, and one of the things that I noticed was when I was entering my phone number, I had the area code, or the number 1, since we had to, designate that it was United States, not entered exactly right. Like the hyphens needed to be in, and, it had to have this. And anyway, the feeling of accomplishment whenever, it actually worked. And, it made me think about that example. It made me think about that example because that happens a lot in my life, where, you're trying to get something done, and sometimes you hit like a frustration, whether it's in your business or whether it's a project that you're doing. Maybe it's a step that gets a little bit hard, and we have to keep on going. We have to realize that, if someone has done it, then I can do it too. It's almost like a marathon. When you're running your marathon and you think to yourself, this is just so hard, and I've made it this far, but I'm not there quite yet. And then you get there and you're like, I made it. And that's kind of the experience that happened with me yesterday. And it was something that I wanted to share with you because, a lot of times we give up whenever it gets hard. We get all excited about a project, or a great example is like when you buy a course, right? You buy a new course if you're an entrepreneur, and you get this course, and step 1 is a welcome video, and then you're like, oh, okay, I got that. And then and then the next step is like, whatever, and then it gets a little bit harder every time. And as it gets harder, sometimes we want to give up, because we're just saying, honestly, yesterday I was just like, I don't know what's wrong with this, and I was getting like, I wanted to give up. So you never know, when you're right there at the end of where you're about to be at the finish line, and you don't even know it. And so one of the lessons that I learned yesterday from that is to just keep on going and to keep on trying. If something doesn't work, try something else, and if that doesn't work, keep on trying. If that doesn't work, keep on going. until you reach that goal, or reach the, the part of where you have accomplished it. And that's what happened to me yesterday. And it was amazing. And, I've had several things like that happen in my life. And, I think about those times, about whenever we're just about to give up. I don't know if you've ever seen that cartoon where it shows a guy digging, and he's digging and he's digging and he's underground and he's digging and he's almost there. And he gets so tired that he just stops and he turns around and he quits. And if only he had seen the whole picture and saw that he was just almost there, and if he just wouldn't quit, that he would reach it. And so I think that is such a great lesson that I learned, and I wanted to share it with you, because I know that, not just business, not just life in general, but just everything in our life, there's going to be challenges, and there's going to be times where you're just like, I just don't understand why this isn't working, and if we would have just gone a little bit further, hi Angela, if we just go a little bit further and a little bit longer, that we would make it. And it was just a great lesson. And, it just made me think about, like I say, my life and my business. And it happens a lot, especially in business as entrepreneurs, when we're doing those steps and they're like, okay, all you have to do is do this and you're going to have this website and it's going to be making you this money. But like, you're doing your website and then you get stuck on like a code that maybe, you didn't have the right code. And it's just like, I remember when I was building my first website, and I would stay up till 2 or 3 in the morning because that's how determined and focused I am, And I remember my husband coming down and saying, what are you doing? And I'm like, I just can't get this opt-in box on my website. I can't just get this to, show up on that website. And I just kept on trying and trying and trying until, guess what? It was a simple code. It was a simple little something. And once I put it, boom, the whole thing worked. And it feels like magic and it feels amazing. And, that's how it is in life. It's how it is when you're running a marathon. It's how it is when you get that idea that you've been trying to figure out, some kind of answer in your business, some kind of answer to a relationship issues. Maybe it's, I don't know. We all have different things that we're working on a daily basis. And there are days when we want to quit. When it's raining and we don't feel like going out and doing whatever it is that we want to do. Whenever we're tired and we don't feel good, or whenever, we just have things and we just don't. I just want you to imagine that cartoon that I tell you about, where that guy has that little, tool and he's trying to get, digging his way to the other side. And then he just goes, oh, and he turns around. And he literally was within inches of pushing through. So whenever you think about quitting, whatever you started, remember why you started. And so once you remember the reasons why you started, you'll keep on going. And then when you reach that goal, you're going to be like, man, I'm so glad I did. You should have seen me yesterday when I got that. I was just like, whoa, I was just so happy. I was having my daughter call the number to make sure it was forwarded, and she was just laughing because I was like, I'm just racking my brain. I don't know what it is. And I've always been like that ever since I was a little girl. Even when I was working in my mom's office when I was 13 years old at a doctor's office, I was in charge of what they call posting, which, now that's ancient days, but I had to balance everything by the end of the day. And at the end of the day, it showed like 1 penny off. And, most people would say, oh, just balance it out and it's totally fine, But me, in my stubborn self, I wanted to find that penny. I wanted to make sure that everything was exactly right. It's my obsessive compulsive nature. And it's one of those things where I wanted to make sure that I got that penny. Hi, Isabel. Exactly. There's several times, like I say, in our business, and I don't know about you, but like I'll start something and I'm just like, I just don't want to do this anymore. It's so hard. And then I go back to remembering why I started. And I think to myself, no, I have to do this. This is something that I have planned to do, and I'm going to do it. And there's several things in my life right now that are super hard, that I'm trying to do. But I know that the end goal is going to be amazing. And that's what you have to remember. Remember why you started, and remember as you are digging that you don't even know that just around the corner you're going to be almost there. And so just treat every single moment, every single day like that. I hear the bus Yes, I'm still picking up my, oh no, it's FedEx. Yes, I'm still picking up my 15-year-old son, because you know what? In about a month or two from now, he's going to be driving. And he's the last of 8 kids. And so I'm still being the mama that I want to be to my kids. And picking them up at the bus stop. Because he forgot his jacket today and it's very, very cold. Anyway, that's not the only reason. But look, I have a podcast. I don't know if you know, but it's called Joy Reveals. You just search for it on iTunes. It will come up. It's also on the Stitcher app if you're on the Android phone. We have 21 episodes. It's so exciting. I'm going to be recording again weekly. I wish I had it with me. I need to put it in my car. I found this microphone where I can record anywhere. If I'm in the car, if I'm traveling. And of course, it's not going to be the same quality as like if I'm sitting at my recording studio with my microphone. But I hear it's amazing. And so I'm going to try and be consistent with that. And it's just things like this, what we're talking about right now, to help you, to help me be accountable, you know, to do the things that we need to do. So one other thing I want to share with you, April 4th and 6th, right here in Houston, we're having my live event. It's called Simple Zon Seller. It's just like it sounds, simple, S-I-M-P-L-E, Zon, Z-O-N, seller.com. And it's all things Amazon and beyond. It's all ways to earn money online. And we're going to have people from flipping houses wholesale to talking about Amazon to talking about, you know, Bitcoin to talking about all kinds of amazing things. And it's all different things. And if you go to that site, you will see we have over 21 speakers happening right here. I don't know if I'll ever do this event again, but it's in April 4th through the 6th, my own live event. After this event, guess what I'm going to do? I'm doing my retreats, my personal development retreats. That's going to happen this year. So after this event in April, we're going to switch over to that. I hope to see you at both or one or whatever. But mostly, I hope that you learned from this video to just keep on going, even though it's hard, to be persistent and to know that the end goal is on the other side waiting for you. All right. As you can see, I'm kind of losing my voice. So I had a lot of grandkids that have been over, and they super cute, but I've had a weekend of grandkids, and we have my son's wedding on Saturday. So number 6 out of 8 is getting married. So we're getting ready for that. I'm so excited. All right, you guys take care. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.